Once you have relaxed and let go in facing a struggle, in facing feeling stuck, feeling powerless, feeling helpless, and you have met and honored the moment and the circumstance, then you are in some way ready to call forth what you want. And for me, the easiest way to do that is to start feeling what it is that you actually want to feel. So if you're feeling really disconnected in a relationship, and you imagine, how would you know that this problem was fixed? How would you know that your circumstance was flowing again, that you were no longer stuck? How would that feel inside you if suddenly you could feel really connected in your relationship? Or maybe it's your creativity that's blocked. No matter what, you can't seem to put the art in your head on paper or on canvas, or the music you hear put out, or the lyrics. It just is not happening. Or maybe it's money. No matter what you do, nothing actually creates more abundance. Doesn't matter how hard you work, doesn't matter how hard you try, you always end up broke, or struggling, or striving. And so the next level of getting unstuck is to essentially start feeling into its opposite. Everything in life arises and exists within a continuum, from very, very stuck to completely flowing. So it doesn't matter what you take, whether it's the energy of money or the energy of love. Horrific things have been done in the name of money. We think of money and we think of the root of all evil, and abusive power, human trafficking, drug trafficking, all the things that people have done, slavery, in the name of making money. And then on the other side of that continuum, the energy of money is the energy of generosity, of creativity, of joy, of delight, of philanthropy. So it doesn't matter what you take. Money, love, relationships, creativity, everything arises within some kind of continuum. And so when we feel stuck, we're usually on this side of the continuum in some ways. And so what I'm inviting you to do is to check in as to, if you take your personal circumstance, what is on the other side of the continuum? If you take your personal circumstance, whether it's you, feelings are the same. The way we are as human beings, we can go from feeling extremely depressed, like we're climbed into the darkest hole ever and we'll never be able to drag ourselves out. And we can feel extremely joyful and peaceful and blissful and loving, or hateful and loving. It doesn't matter. Everything exists within its two opposites. So take your circumstance and know where you stand right now. You're stuck, you're powerless. No matter what you do, there's no cookie in the end. You can't seem to find the next right step. And then imagine that this energy gets unblocked and things starts flowing in its opposite direction. And suddenly there's an awakening. The circumstance is no longer stuck. You're no longer stuck. Everything you've wanted and you were hoping for in this scenario, in this circumstance, in this relationship is happening. How would you feel? Put your hand on your chest, imagine it, and then drop the visualization and just stay with the feeling. And just like I said in the last video, that honor begets honor. Joy begets joy. Love begets love. Abundance begets abundance. Creativity begets creativity. So if you feel what it is that you're wanting, your deepest longing, then you are calling forth that longing, the energy of that longing. And there's different ways of looking at that. One could be that all those things exactly already exist within the universe, and you're calling them to you and they're calling you to them. That's one way of looking at it. Another could be that everything exists within you already, and so when we're stuck, we tend to create more stuck because that's where we're at, and so that's what we put out, and that's what we expect, and that's what we receive. So, if stuckness is within you, so is flow. If scarcity is within you, so is abundance. If loneliness and disconnection is within you, then so is connection. And so I invite you to really feel, just like in the first video, I invited you to feel where you were at and to honor the moment of stuckness, of powerlessness, of helplessness. I'm inviting you to now find its opposite within you and to honor that. Now, don't try to skip the first video and go to this. You can't honor one aspect of the system, one aspect of the field and the continuum without first honoring the aspect within which it is at. Because, as stated earlier, then you are doing a sort of violence. You're denying, rejecting an aspect of reality that's very real to you. But once we've honored where we're at, it's also okay to honor our longing, our wishes, our dreams, the deepest calling of our hearts and soul. And so whenever you find yourself back into this friction of stuckness, these are your 2 steps. Stop fighting, relax, meet where you're at, honor it, maybe even love it, thank it for whatever wisdom it might be giving you, and then look for its opposite within you. Imagine its opposite and the feeling of its opposite within you, and then honor that, love that, feel that, relax into that. And then in some ways the third phase is trust. Trust in yourself, your own sovereignty, your own wisdom, and then trust in the wisdom and the intelligence of life. I mean, when you think about it, how much do you actually do on your own? Did whatever you ate for breakfast or lunch today, or dinner, depending what time it is for you, how many beings actually contributed to you being able to have that meal? It's inconceivable. From the earth and the water and the sun to all the people involved in cultivating, packaging, transporting, and then their ancestors. Essentially the entirety of life conspires moment to moment to have you and bring you everything that you are and have. And so trust that you don't need to do this all on your own. Once you've honored the whole continuum of your experience, trust that the intelligence of love, the intelligence of life, the intelligence of being has understood what it is that you want. Your higher self, your deepest intelligence. It doesn't even have to be mystical if you're not into such things. It's literally the intelligence of your body, the intelligence of your unconscious, the intelligence of the collective. In meeting your deepest longing, in hanging out in your deepest longing, in honoring all aspects of the continuum, and finishing on the note that you want, and finding gratitude and freedom and love for that feeling of abundance or connection or prosperity or health, whatever it is that you're seeking, then trust that you are sending the intelligence of the universe as it shows up in you, as you, and all around you, that message. And you don't have to do it all on your own. Trust it to do its own work. Trust it to bring the right people to you, the right circumstance, the right thoughts, the right actions. So there's an aspect, it's almost like you have to relax and honor where you're at. Then you relax and you honor where you wish to be, your deepest longing, your heart's desire. And then you relax and you honor into the intelligence of life. Okay. Thank you.